American producer and actor Michael Douglas gained multiple honors, including a Primetime Emmy, 5 Golden Globes, and 2 Academy Awards. His marriage to Catherine Zeta-Jones has come under fire, particularly when they declared a temporary separation in the wake of his health diagnosis and the controversial circumstances that followed. Early in childhood, Douglas was a quiet, contemplative youngster who battled feelings of uncertainty and self-doubt. The history of his family was influenced by their lowly origins, especially that of his paternal grandpa, who could not read, write, or speak English. After graduating from college and joining the Navy, Michael met 7 children, including his father, Kirk. As a result, the family moved into a tiny one-room apartment in New York's Greenwich Village. When Kirk Douglas began working in California, at a period when actors were making 5 films a year, he was greatly influenced by his father's passionate nature. When Michael was 13, his mother married Bill, a kind and caring man who gave him confidence. Douglas enjoyed the lively atmosphere and the freedom of the period while he was a student at the University of California, Santa Barbara. But when the vice-chancellor called him to announce a major on the spur of the moment, Michael's academic career took a dramatic change. Despite his hectic schedule, he decided to major in theater. In the 1960s, Douglas started his Hollywood career as an assistant director on a number of his father's productions. He then made the switch to acting, appearing in a number of television dramas before becoming well known as Karl Malden's co-star in the hit TV series The Streets of San Francisco in the 1970s. When he introduced Ken Kesey's novel One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest to the big screen in 1975, his producing career took off. In the shadow of his producing career, Douglas had a new hurdle in securing acting roles. However, in 1979, he overcame this obstacle by appearing in the highly acclaimed picture The China Syndrome with Jane Fonda and Jack Lemmon. Alongside co-stars Danny DeVito and Kathleen Turner, he established a successful partnership with his legendary portrayal as Jack Colton in the 1984 hit Romancing the Stone, which resulted in a sequel, The Jewel of the Nile, in 1985, and The War of the Roses in 1989. Douglas signed a development contract with Paramount in 1994, which resulted in a number of popular movies, such as A Perfect Murder, The Game, and The Ghost and the Darkness. Additionally, he executive produced the 1997 film The Rainmaker, which featured Matt Damon and John Woo in the action-packed Face Off. Given that his mother is Anglican and his father is Jewish, Michael Douglas comes from a diverse cultural background. He has been in a number of well-known movies, such as Ant-Man, Las Vegas, and the romantic comedy Ant-Man and the Wasp. Douglas aspires to establish a welcoming, courteous, and safe workplace for himself and appreciates working with powerful women like Kathleen Turner, Genevieve Bild, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, and Sharon Stone. Douglas has accepted his Jewish background as a Reform Jew, even traveling to Jerusalem to celebrate his son Dylan's bar mitzvah. In 2015, he received the Genesis Prize, which honors exceptional Jewish accomplishment. He kindly gave the $1 million prize to fund Jewish-led projects that encourage diversity, acceptance, and creative responses to world issues. Douglas is a committed philanthropist who has backed a number of humanitarian issues, such as human rights, nuclear disarmament, and healthcare. Since 1998, he has served as a United Nations Messenger of Peace and has been involved in fundraising campaigns for hospitals such as Montreal's McGill University Health Center and the Jewish General Hospital. He has also shown his dedication to a number of health-related causes by supporting the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research and the Elizabeth Glaser Pediatric AIDS Foundation. Before becoming married to Catherine Zeta-Jones, a gifted actress who established herself in the entertainment business with well-known parts in movies like Once Is Not Enough, Capricorn 1, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Denise was married twice. Her 5-year relationship with Michael Douglas, which lasted from 1971 to 1976, also brought attention to her personal life. She talked about her connection with Michael Douglas in a 2017 interview with closer Brenda Vaccaro, recalling that in the 1970s, they had contemplated getting married in a hippie wedding at her agent's home. But Brenda was misled and changed her mind about a choice she now regrets. Brenda Vaccaro found enduring love with her 37-year-old lover, Hector, after they parted ways. One of Hollywood's longest-lasting power couples is Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, who first crossed paths in 1998. Douglas acknowledged that after the Welsh actress rejected his initial amorous advances, he first thought he had blown his chances. The bond between Douglas and Zeta-Jones, who were 25 years apart in age, was evidence of their mutual love and dedication to their work. In November 2000, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones tied the knot, and in April 2003, their daughter Karis Zeta was born, expanding their family. From his prior marriage to Deandra Lucas in 2019, Douglas has a son named Cameron. Much attention was drawn to the couple's purported prenuptial agreement, especially because of rumors that it included a provision that Zeta-Jones would get $5 million in addition to an annual payment of $5 million for each year of their marriage if Douglas cheated. The couple seemed united and unconcerned by the attention, even if the public was fascinated by this part of their agreement. Having 3 children of his own, Michael Douglas has a wealth of parenting experience. He has learned from his kids, Cameron, Dylan, and Karis, that being a good father takes patience and work, which is difficult for actors like him. In contrast to Karis and her brother Dylan, Michael is pleased of his adolescent daughter Karis's strong moral compass, sharp wit, and independent attitude. After suffering a serious skiing accident in 1980, Michael's acting career was momentarily put on hold for 3 years. Michael sought treatment for his alcoholism and drug addiction in 1992, the same year he featured in the popular movie Basic Instinct. It was discovered in 2010 that Michael had been diagnosed with throat cancer, which had grown to stage 4. Douglas, who has openly acknowledged the critical role the Canadian public healthcare system played in discovering his cancer, received chemotherapy and radiation treatment to fight the illness. Douglas explained in October 2013 that he had been fighting tongue cancer, not throat cancer, and that his doctor had suggested that he call it that in public because tongue cancer has a grimmer prognosis and might cause disfigurement. After his physician cautioned him about the rigorous therapy needed, which could significantly affect his quality of life, Douglas purposefully minimized the details of his diagnosis. In an interview with Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michael Douglas stated that his form of cancer is connected to the HPV human papillomavirus, which is often transmitted through sexual activity, notably oral stimulation. After 13 years of marriage, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones have encountered several difficulties. Their breakup may have been influenced by Michael's remarks regarding oral stimulation and his 2011 cancer diagnosis, but he has since turned his attention to promoting the value of HPV vaccination. In a 2015 interview with Event magazine, Michael underlined the value of learning from his past mistakes in his relationship with Zeta-Jones. After both partners vowed to working together to make things work, Michael said in a 2015 appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show that their bond was stronger than ever. He underlined that mending a relationship cannot be a one-way track and requires both parties to put in effort. According to Michael's reflections, the experience gave him a fresh understanding of the value of marriage, the happiness of his kids, and a more optimistic outlook on life. When you share your life with someone and see them every day, you will inevitably experience ups and downs, according to Catherine Zeta-Jones' advice on overcoming relationship obstacles. She underlined that having a sense of humor, respect, and constant love are essential for a happy marriage. However, Susan Bro's sexual harassment claims, which stated that Douglas acted inappropriately while working at Michael Douglas production firm in the late 1980s, nearly caused their marriage to fall apart in 2018. Douglas denied acting inappropriately toward her, saying there was no evidence to support his claims. Catherine was upset at the accusations and disclosed that she spoke with Michael in front of their kids to warn him about the repercussions of any such claims. Michael Douglas voiced his opinions, raising concerns about the intentions of his accuser, a 33-year-old former employee who had not gotten in touch with him in the 32 years that had passed. In a subsequent statement, he described his accuser as a published author and senior executive who was a longtime supporter of women's rights and who had never voiced any unease or worries about their working relationship while employed by his organization. In their partnership, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones have encountered many difficulties, such as accusations of sexual harassment, mental disease, and cancer. They have faced obstacles and disappointments as they have fought to mend their relationship, which has eventually shown how crucial communication and teamwork are to overcome obstacles. So viewers, for the next update please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.